Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Our practice today is a stretchy, yummy, twisty, slow flow. We've got about 40 minutes on our mat and we'll start in child's pose. So bring yourself towards the back of your mat, big toes touching, knees wide, and walk yourself forward into your shape. You can start to gently rock your forehead a little bit side to side. And then glue your sitting bones to your heels and slowly start to uncurl yourself up to sit on your heels. Bring your knees a little closer together. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Bend your elbows. Ragdoll your arms above your head. Reach your forearms up towards the sky and then dip to your right. Let your right elbow fall heavy towards the ground. And come up through center and to the other side. Left elbow heavy. And now as you come back up through center, lift your hips to stack above your knees. Tuck your toes under and take a breath in. On your breath out, slowly glide your elbows wide into this cactus shape, lifting your heart. And then take your hands to interlace behind your back. Press your knuckles into your sacrum, so that flat bone at the base of your spine. Let your hips reach forward and your head gently tip up. And then slowly coming upright, bring your hands out in front of you, right into a cat pose. Untuck your toes and round your spine. Chin to your chest. And then inhale to your cow, soften your belly, open your heart. Once again, exhaling to cat. And moving with the rhythm of your breath. Inhaling to open and expand. Exhaling to round and contract. And the next time that your belly softens and your heart lifts, tuck your toes. And on your exhale, downward dog, make your way up and back. And pedal out your feet and move your hips around and just get acquainted here in your shape. And then start to glide your body over towards the left. Begin to shift forward like you're coming towards your plank pose. Shift through center, press your body towards the right. Let your hips lift up and back, downward dog. So find these big circles between down dog and plank. Circling yourself around. And there's not really a right or wrong way to do this. So if your knees bend or your elbows bend, just let yourself move a little bit intuitively in this circular motion. Switch directions, go the other way. Breathing in as you circle forward, breathing out as you lift back. And the next time that you lift back to downward dog, stay there. Inhale and rock yourself straight forward to a plank. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin down. Pull yourself forward to your low cobra, land your hips and lift your heart. And then exhale your way back to a child's pose. And start to uncurl yourself up like you were coming to a seat, but you'll stop about halfway with your hands on the ground. Flip onto the tops of your hands so your fingertips face your knees. Bend your elbows a little bit, lean a little weight forward, just give your wrists a stretch. You find this gentle little rock side to side. And then flip onto the palms of your hands. Fingertips still point towards your knees. And stretch for the wrist creases. Draw your chest forward. Again, you're still swaying a little bit side to side. And then sit all the way up. Just shake your hands out. Those little plank rolls are a lot on the wrists. Make fists with your hands. Roll them around. Roll them the other way. And then reach your hands out in front of you. Come back to your downward dog. Look to the top of your mat. Step your left foot outside of your left hand, your right foot outside of your right. Malasana, bend your knees and come into a squat, hands at your heart. And as you draw your thumbs down towards your breastbone, feel your elbows widen your knees apart. Close your eyes. Breathe. So as we're moving nice and slowly today, let all of these moments of stillness in the postures just be an opportunity for you to steep in the shape. Moving mindfully, able to connect to sensation. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Slowly peel your sitting bones to the sky and parallel your toes, but keep your feet nice and wide apart. Hang heavy. Come tented onto your fingertips, lift halfway, take a breath in, you can bend your knees. On your breath out, fold back down. Interlace your hands at your lower back now, send your knuckles up and overhead. And then start to drop your knuckles down towards the ground, and with a flat back, rise all the way up to stand. Circle your arms forward and up. With your right hand, take your left wrist and side bend to your right. And come up through center and switch sides. Left hand pulls your right wrist. Back through center, inhale. And on your exhale, arms go wide, fold back down. Come onto your fingertips, lift halfway, and then lunge your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Drop your knee down. Lizard lunge, have your hands inside of your right foot. Turn your toes out on an angle, let your knee follow. You can come down onto the palms of your hands and find a gentle rocking motion side to side. And then with your back toes curled under, pressing into your left hand, sweep your right arm towards the sky, and at the same time pick up your back knee and turn your right toes and knee forward. You're in your twisting lunge. Open your right arm up and let it fall all the way back behind you. Feel your shoulder blades hug together. Lift your heart a little bit more. And then right arm sweeps overhead, pyramid pose. Frame your front foot and bow forward. Maybe you hop your back foot in a step. Look forward to the front of your mat. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Once again, your feet are wide. Lift halfway. Inhale. On your exhale, Malasana. Bend your knees. Squat down. Hands to your heart. Fingertips back to your mat. Peel your sitting bones to the sky. Parallel your toes. Hands interlace at your lower back. Draw your knuckles towards the sky, letting your arms fall up and overhead. And pressing into your knuckles, slowly lift yourself all the way up to stand. Arms to the sky. Left hand takes your right wrist, side bend up and over to your left. Through center as you inhale, switch sides. As you exhale, reach to your right. And then back through center, breathe in, reach up. And on your breath out, arms go wide, fold forward. Lift halfway, inhale. Step your right foot to the back of your mat, drop your knee, lizard lunge. Left toes turn out, left knee turns out. Rock a little bit side to side, soften your eyes. Back toes are curled under, weight onto your right hand to your twisting runner's lunge. Pick up your back knee, turn your left foot forward, open your left arm all the way up and back behind you. Reach your left arm towards the sky, circle it overhead, pyramid pose, fold over your left leg. And then this time plant your hands and step back to your downward dog. Let an inhale carry you forward to plank and an exhale to drop your knees, your chest, your chin. Pull yourself through to your cobra or upward facing dog and then downward facing dog. Take a few rounds of breath here, landing. And then send your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and turn your hip open. So your right hip stacks on top of your left. Your right knee is pointing towards the sky. And then keep this exactly as it is, but look forward. So there's a little arcing of your spine. And slowly shift towards your plank, like you were bringing your shoulders over your wrist, just slightly. And then press yourself up and back. Do that a few times, just like you're moving forward and back on train tracks. Nothing changes in your legs. And then this time, as you start to rock forward, bring your right knee in towards your nose and step your right foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, sweep your arms up, low lunge, inhale. As you exhale, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana, shift back, straighten your right leg. Come forward, find that twisting runner's lunge again, left hand down, right arm circles up and all the way back. Take it to your pyramid pose, right hand comes down, you frame your foot, folds. And then from your pyramid to a high crescent lunge, bend your right knee, sweep your arms overhead. Ragdoll your arms once again, grab opposite elbows. Reach up nice and high and then side bend to your right. And now slowly tap your left knee all the way down to the ground. Keep bending up and over to your right. Start to come up, unravel your arms, bring your left fingertips all the way down to the ground by your left side. You can lean over onto your hand. Reach your right arm overhead and keep pressing your hips towards the right. Keep your back toes curled under. Now as you pick up your back knee, you'll parallel all 10 toes to the left. Bring your right hand down and open your left arm up. We're in a twisting wide-legged folds. Take a breath in. Lower your left hand down on your breath out. Skandasana, sit to your left. Your right leg straightens. Walk over to your right, bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. Wide-legged fold, both legs straight, letting your whole body just fall towards the ground. And then walk back towards the top of your mat, plant your hands, sweep your right leg back to downward dog. Move with your breath, inhale forward to a plank. Exhale, your knees, your chest, your chin come down. Pull yourself forward, cobra or upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Sweep your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Keep this orientation of your legs. Arc your spine, gaze forward, and shift slightly forward. And then shift all the way back. And just do that twice more. You lift the heel of your right foot as you shift forward, and you press through your heel as you shift back. One more time. And now you shift forward, draw your left knee in towards your nose, and step your left foot between your hands. Back knee drops, arms rise, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms sweep back, hips shift back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Shift forward to your twisting lunge, right hand down, left arm opens, pick up your back knee. Reach your left arm all the way back behind you. And then circle it all the way overhead and down to the ground, pyramid pose. Start to bend into your left knee, rise up, high crescent lunge. Bend your elbows, grab a hold of opposites, reach up, and side bend to your left. Slowly tap your right knee back down to your mat. As you bring yourself up, unwind your arms, right fingertips down to the right, left arm reaches up and over. Press through your back heel to pick up your back knee, turn towards the right, twisting wide-legged fold, left hand down and right arm up. So feet are wide and parallel. And then as you bring your right hand down, Skandasana, bend one knee and straighten the opposite leg. And move to the other side. Wide-legged fold, hips high, head heavy. Walk back towards the top of your mat, plant your hands, step back, downward dog. Moving with your breath, you can always skip this. We'll inhale forward to plank. Exhale, our knees, our chest, our chin to the ground. Pull your heart forward and through, low cobra or upward dog. And a child's pose this time. Take a moment of rest. Let your breath deepen, your heart rate slow down. Steeping in the stillness, savoring these moments. And in the next few breaths, make your way back to downward dog. From downward dog, send your right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Look forward and step forward, right foot between your hands. Come back to your low lunge. We'll repeat the sequence, arms up, breath in, half split with your breath out. Flex your right foot, bow down. Shift forward, twisting lunge, right arm all the way up and back behind you. And then pyramid pose, circle your right hand forward and down, frame your foot. Lunge forward into your right knee, rise up, high crescent. Grab hold of opposite elbows and side bend to your right. Slowly tap your left knee back down to your mat. Come up and tip over to your left fingertips come down, your right arm reaches. Pick up your back knee, turn to your left, replace your left fingertips with your right one, send your left arm to the sky. This time you'll bring your left hand down, walk back towards the top of your mat, right into your lizard lunge, turn your right toes out, drop your back knee. This time you can stay here, maybe come down to forearms, or reach your right arm back and see if you can grab a hold of the top of your left foot. We'll stay for a few breaths, so letting yourself settle in. If you have your foot, gently release it. If you're on your forearms, come back to your hands. Half split, you can keep your right foot wide, shift back. From your half split to a standing split, shift forward, place all of your weight onto your right leg and spring your left leg up, point your toes. Reach your right hand out towards the top right corner of your mat. Spread your right toes out really wide and then start to peel your left hip open, roll it on top of your right and find your way to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Send your left arm towards the sky, maybe bend your right knee a little bit. And then maybe you catch your top foot, Chapasana. Wherever you are, breathe. Coming back through a standing split. Let your left toes land towards the back of your mat in line with your right foot. And then bend both of your knees so that your left knee comes down behind your right knee. You'll turn towards the long edge of your mat, turn towards your right, bring your sitting bones to the ground. Hug your left heel in a little closer, bring your right foot in so it's just outside of your left leg. Right hand behind you, left arm hugs your right knee in and you twist. And every inhalation, you're finding more length up and out through the crown of your head. And every exhalation, you're twisting a little bit deeper. Never forcing anything. Easing into it. Unravel back to face center, so this long edge of your mat, and just stack your right knee on top of your left. Bring your feet a little wider apart. If this is hard to get into, shift forward onto your hands and your knees. Hook your knees, and then sit back down. Gomukhasana legs. So you can stay upright like this, close your eyes, be in a meditation, or walk forward and fold. If you're folded forward, starting to come upright, you'll turn back towards the top of your mat. Unwind your legs all the way around to the opposite edge, wide-legged folds. Feet are parallel, legs are wide. You can turn your hands around and walk your hands through your legs. Let the crown of your head be heavy towards the ground. Slide your hands forward so they're back beneath your shoulders and then walk towards the front of your mat. Sweep your right leg back, downward dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale your knees, your chest, your chin down. Pull yourself forward, low cobra or upward dog. And a downward facing dog. Steady breath. Our last time through. Left leg to the sky. Look forward, step your left foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, low lunge, send your arms up, breath in. With a breath out, half split, shift back, fold forward. Lunging into your twist, left arm opens to the sky and then reaches all the way back behind you. Pyramid pose, circle your hand down, frame your foot. High crescent lunge, bend your left knee, send your arms high, and then bend your elbows and dip to your left. Slowly drop your back knee down. Come up and tip to your right, right fingertips come down, left arm reaches. Pick up your back knee, turn towards your right, wide-legged twist, left hand down, send your right arm up. Bring your right hand down, walk back towards the top of your mat, lizard lunge, turn your left foot out, drop your back knee. Stay here or reach your left hand back and catch the top of your foot. And steady yourself with your breath here. If you have your foot, carefully release it. Have your back toes curled. Shift back, wide half split. And a careful transition all the way forward and up, standing split, right leg into the air. Point your toes, fold your body down towards your left shin. A little bend to your left knee. Bring your left fingertips out in front of you. Turn your right hip open, roll it on top of your left, Ardha Chandrasana, right arm to the sky. Stay here, or Chapasana, bend your top knee, reach for your foot. We'll come back through a standing split, square off your hips. Lower your right toes down to the back of your mat. Drop your right knee so it's just behind your left heel. Turn towards your left, towards the long edge of your mat, and have a seat. Pull your left foot in a little closer so your left knee is bent up towards the sky. Wrap your right arm around it and twist. Bring your left fingertips behind you. Unwind back through center. Walk your left foot wider to the right so that your knees stack on top of each other. If it was helpful to shift forward to the tabletop and hook your knees in that way, then do that instead. Either here in your meditation or folded forward. If you're folded forward, come upright. Once again, turning your body towards the top of your mat, plant your hands. Flex your feet, press into the outer edges of your feet to lift your hips up and unwind all the way around to your wide-legged folds. Legs wide, feet parallel, walk your hands through, fingertips pointing away from you, crown of your head surrendering to the ground. Slide your fingertips back beneath your shoulders, lift your heart, and then turn back towards the top of your mat and step back to downward dog. Last time, through a little flow, inhale forward to plank, exhale to tap your knees, your heart, your throat. Slither yourself forward, lift your heart, and press yourself back to a child's pose. Surrendering right back down to where we began. Uncurl yourself up to a seat. Sweep your arms to the sky once again. Ragdoll your arms, grab opposite elbows. Dip up and over to your right. Come through center on an inhale and dip to your left on an exhale. As you come through center, you rise onto your shins, hips stacked over your knees. Cactus your arms wide at the same time, tuck your toes. Interlace your hands. You can either press your knuckles into your sacrum as we did in the beginning, just encouraging your hips forward, keeping it soft, let your heart lift. Or if it feels available to you now, you can let your hands reach back and find your heels, Ustrasana, camel pose. And then you press your hips forward, lift your heart a little higher, maybe drop your head back. And slowly sit back down to your heels, untuck your toes, come forward onto your hands, round your spine like a cat. And then cross your ankles, sit behind your feet, swing your legs out in front of you, and come down onto your back. Come down into constructive rest. So feet wide, knees knocked together. Place your hands on top of your lower belly. And connect with your breath here. Feel your whole back body landing. Open your arms into a cactus shape. Keep your feet as wide as they are. Drop your knees to the right. And bring your knees slowly up and over to the left. Start to come back through center. Heel toe your feet all the way together to touch. Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your knees fall open wide. And then once again, return your hands to your lower belly. Bring your hands to your outer knees. Help your knees together to touch and then hug them into your chest and rock a little bit side to side. Keep your left knee in, lengthen your right leg long and down on your mat. Spinal twist, draw your left knee across your body. Left shoulder stays heavy to the ground. Slowly coming back through center. Switch sides, hug your right knee in, straighten your left leg long. And then right knee revolves across your body, right shoulder heavy to the ground. Take a final breath here. And then unravel right into Shavasana. Straighten your right leg to meet your left. Bring your arms long alongside you. And let your body just fall open into a shape of stillness and rest. Let go of all effort. And as always, if you have the time to stay here longer, I encourage you to do so. If you're closing practice with me, begin to deepen your breath. Invite a little bit of movement back in. Send your arms up and overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then bend your knees and roll to one side. Transition yourself up to a seat. Close your eyes when you get there. Come back to your breath. Just the practice of noticing. Take your hands into a prayer at your heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that today's sequence felt good in your body, and I'll see you in the next class.